Try not to duplicate Mario Campolargo's rather dramatic entrance this morning. No one could possibly compete with that. Thank you. Thank you for the kind introduction. If you don't know me, my name's Paul Hofheinz, and I'm president and co-founder of the Lisbon Council. You haven't come to hear me, so I'll make my remarks very short and go to the point. Look, I think the sub-theme of this conference is connecting public administrations, businesses, and citizens. It's actually a quite simple and succinct way of talking about what ISA² is really about, what it would like to achieve, seeing it not as an aspiration, but as a goal, as an endpoint that we need to somehow work our way back towards. Citizen centricity, right there in the concept of the program itself. We've talked about legal, we've talked about technical, we've talked about a lot of obstacles, a lot of problems, a lot of solutions, but we maybe have yet to address the 800-pound gorilla in the room, which is the organizational challenge. Because ultimately what we're talking about here is not data sets talking to one another. They have nothing to say to each other. They're just data, machines. What we're talking about is organizations communicating in ways that maybe they're not entirely comfortable with, that because of tradition, experience, or sometimes mandate, they don't have an easy time doing this. And we have an absolutely very distinguished panel with us here today. They're going to come at the problem from several different angles. I'll introduce them when it's their turn to speak, but what I will tell you briefly, both the audience, and you know this already, I'm going to put 3 questions to each of you, which are, first of all, what are the organizational obstacles to interoperability? What kinds of things have you seen that are the problems we need to attack if we're going to make interoperability a reality? My second question, an obvious and an easy one, how has ISA² helped? And third, I'm sorry, I'm going to ask the same question as the last speaker. What are your suggestions for improvements in the program down the road? Natalia will come to you last, so please take good notes, because I know you'll have the answers to all of these questions and all of the others that will be raised along the way. And in the meantime, I'd like you to join me in welcoming Trace Gunch from the U.S. mission to NATO. He's an engineer in the cybernetics department there, and he's going to tell us about problems with organizational interoperability that I can't even imagine. So thanks for coming and sharing.